He'll get his chance then, won't he?
Yeah, this boy does look a mess, doesn't
It really did work out for the best in the end, didn't it?
Got us here, didn't it?
But then it all went wrong, didn't it?
Welcome once again to my channel Learn English Naturally. Today we are going to discuss question tag. As you watch it from the previous examples from the films, you will find that some people are saying they are going to go look for another job, aren't they? He's a doctor, isn't he? You will go to the bank, won't you? You won't work this Saturday, will you? Okay, all these are question tag or tag question. Let's see how can we form this kind of question. As you can see here, we have in English two kinds of verbs. The first kind is auxiliary verbs like am, is, are, was, were, have, has, will, would, can, could, shall, should, may, might, and must. And the other group, we call them main verbs. And the main verbs are the verbs that in the English language rather than the auxiliary verbs. So we have group A and group B. Be careful. If you want to make a question tag, look at this example. He's a doctor. Where is the verb here? Or what is a verb in this sentence? Is. So let's take is and classify it. Is it from group A or group B? So is, let's see in the first group, auxiliary verbs. Yeah, we have here the verb is. So it's auxiliary. What will you do? You will use it like that. Then you bring the word before it, after it. But be careful. Can you see here negative? What is the meaning of negative? Negative means, do you see not or never or no longer? No. So you should put here the negative after the verb. So it will be, he's a doctor. Isn't he? As you can see here, if the sentence is positive, so the question tag must be negative. Let's do it again. In example number 2, he isn't a doctor. Where is the verb or what is the verb in this sentence? Is. Take is and classify it. Is it group A or group B? Aha, still in group A. So it's auxiliary. Auxiliary, use it. Use it as it is. So I will put is. Then the word before the verb, I put it after the verb. But here, can you see negative? Yeah, I can see negative. So don't put negative in the question tag. So the question goes like this. He isn't a doctor. Is he? And you must raise your voice at the end of the question. He's a doctor. Isn't he? Isn't a doctor. Is he? Okay, let's move to another example. This time we are going to focus on the main verbs. As I told you before, the main verbs are the rest of the verbs in the English language rather than the auxiliary verbs. Okay, so look at this example. Example number 1. She played tennis. Where is the verb or what is the verb in this sentence? Of course, it's played. So played, is it from group A or group B? Or in other words, is it auxiliary verb or a main verb? Discover that it is not from the auxiliary verbs. So it will be the main verb. What happens if I have a main verb? Look at this arrow. Yeah, you must go and choose one of the helpers here. Do or does or did. According to the rule, if the verb here is the second phase of the past simple or ending with ed, use did. If the verb ends with s or es, so use does, as we have here s. But if you didn't find, or if you didn't discover that the verb is not the second phase or the past simple or ending with ed or s or es, the last thing is to use do. Be careful of the positive and negative. If the sentence is positive, so I can't see not or never or no longer, so the question tag must be negative. So let's apply it. Played, yeah, ending with ed, so I must use did because it is ending with ed, so it will be did. Then the word before the verb after the new verb here. Okay, imagine, so here we don't have not or never or no longer, so I must put negative from my mind, so it will be didn't she played tennis, didn't she, and raise your voice at the end. Be careful, if we have Mona instead of she, what will you do? Don't put Mona, you must delete Mona, and instead of Mona put she. If it is Ahmed, delete Ahmed and put he. Let's have example number 2. She didn't play tennis. What is a verb? We have here 2 verbs. Ignore the second verb, ignore it, but focus on the first verb. Yeah, did. What kind of verb did we consider? As you can see here, it is from the helpers, so use it. If it is helpers, we consider it as an auxiliary verb, so it will be did. Then the word before it, after it. Be careful, can you see not or negative or no longer or never? Yeah, I can see it, so you must delete the not, so it will be here negative, so it will be positive. So she didn't play tennis, did she? But there are some exceptions. Yeah, there are some exceptions. Like what? Like let's go, shall we? So we must memorize them. These exceptions, you must memorize them. I am a teacher, aren't I? Open the door, will you? These are exceptions and you must memorize them by heart. Here we go. You are a student. Choose the best answer. First of all, you must look for the verb. Where is the verb here? The verb is are. So is it auxiliary or not auxiliary? So it must, the question tag must be negative and has are. So aren't you? You are a student, aren't you? Be careful, there is a comma here. Okay. It isn't too cold today. What is the answer? Yeah, we have the verb is and it has negative. So the question tag must be positive. No, not. Yeah, is it? Don't be deceived. You like chocolate. Like is a main verb. So what do you think the answer is? Yeah. Don't it or don't you? Which one? Don't you, because we have you here. Number 5. She arrived too late. Arrived, a main verb. So I must get a helper. A helper, do or does or did. But it ends with ed. So the helper will be did. Is it positive or negative? Positive. So the answer is didn't she?